speaking of leftovers, we hope we'll be left over once America's done getting absolutely devoured by coronavirus. Here's Dr. Fauci with the forecast.
What we expect, unfortunately, as we go for the next couple of weeks into December, that we might see a surge superimposed upon that surge that we're already in.
Now, Congresswoman, aren't these scare tactics from Dr. Fauci unnecessary now that Joe Biden won the election? When can we stop campaigning?
No, actually, the warnings from health experts that cases are on the rise means that hospitalizations are on the rise and hospitals are at capacity. It means that deaths are rising. So it's a very serious thing. And I know that folks are tired of the stay-at-home orders. But they're really put in place to save lives.
This pandemic affects everything. The Denver Broncos had to sit all 4 of their quarterbacks. So they had me take a few snaps, but I didn't jive with their system.
No, they didn't.
Right.
Yes, they did. I'm a mobile passer, and they wanted me to stay in the pocket. Teddy Hopper does not stay in the pocket.
Give it up, Teddy. You don't roll
Teddy.
out. Moving on, with President Trump's election defeat growing more decisive, he is graciously transitioning into the traditional lame duck role of offering conspiracy theories on ghost voter fraud.
I'm sure you know people that got 2, 3, or 4, because I do, where they said, we got 4 ballots. They got one at a country home. Dead people were, in some cases, in many, many cases, thousands of cases, voted.
It is absolutely fine to receive a mail-in ballot for each of your residences. I'm a completely different person at my country home, and that wine-drunk woman passed out in a deer sanctuary also deserves a voice.
I'm beginning to suspect that the president is delusional if he thinks that he actually won the 2020 election. I mean, every single court challenge that they filed has come back as, completely frivolous. They just look desperate and like sore losers.
I am actually frequently mistaken for a dead person when I enter the voting precinct because my heart, nipples, and right eye are my only functioning organs.
Moving on, Joe Biden's transition team continues to announce staff, including its all-female team of White House liars. It brings a tear to my eye to know that little girls will grow up knowing that one day they too could excuse civilian casualties as the cost of national security.
The Biden team is also floating red meat to progressives with the possible nomination of Neera Tanden as Office of Management and Budget Director and Rahm Emanuel as Transportation Secretary.
Congresswoman, your thoughts on these up-and-coming fresh faces from the Obama administration?
Well, it's nice to see that the cabinet picks are diverse and that as Joe Biden fills out his team, he's looking to have people that look like the America that he represents.
I think these centrist appointments are Joe Biden sending a powerful message to progressives. I see you, I hear you, I hate you.
I'm actually worried that the message is too subtle. Would it hurt Biden to use a catapult to launch Bernie Sanders into the sea?
And let me just say, Rahm Emanuel is a perfect choice for Transportation Secretary. As mayor of Chicago, he likely came in contact with all different sorts of transportation as he traveled back and forth covering up the police murder of a black teenager.
That's right. Now, in other news, Joe Biden twisted his ankle playing with one of his dogs, Major, resulting in hairline fractures in his foot that will most likely require him to wear a walking boot for several weeks. The incident prompts a debate. Should there be retaliation for harming a U.S. president?
Absolutely, yes. If we don't act swiftly, we're sending a dangerous message to Joe Biden's other dog, Champ, or Iran or Yemen.
Absolutely. Obviously, we have to drone strike Major. The only question is, how much collateral loss of life are we willing to accept?
A lot? I mean, anyone attending a wedding where Major is an adorable doggy ring bearer, they know the risks.
Well, hear me out. To teach Major that this aggression will not stand, what if we invaded Iran?
I'm having trouble articulating why that makes sense, but it's a long trip to Iran. We'll justify it on the way.
Congresswoman, do we have your vote on legislation that authorizes the president to retaliate against Major by invading Iran?
No, I think having dogs in the White House is going to be a welcome addition.
Well, obviously she won't go for it because it doesn't include Yemen as well. We'll toss that in. How about Yemen as well?
Okay, Yemen as well. We're all in agreement. Now, moving on. Republican Georgia Senate candidate and human dollar sign Kelly Loeffler is taking a lot of need for this campaign ad, which paints her as someone who understands kitchen table issues, despite her kitchen table being made of pure hippopotamus tusk.
We need someone who understands how to not only write paychecks and sign paychecks, but to what it feels like waiting on that paycheck.
Congresswoman, after hearing about the hardships Kelly Loeffler has endured, have you considered donating to her for Giving Tuesday?
No, I'm sorry, but she is in no position to understand what working people struggle with. She has a 15,000 square foot mansion that's worth over $10 million, and it has a name, Descante, like a southern plantation. So I'm sorry, I will not be contributing to her.
What's even more concerning is that we were cut out of the ad.
Here now, for the first time, is Kelly Loeffler's original Senate campaign ad.
We need someone who understands how to not only write paychecks and sign paychecks, but to what it feels like waiting on that paycheck.
Kelly Loeffler knows what it's like to be homeless. She's made that long, unsheltered walk between her chauffeured car and her gorgeous front door.
She knows the anxiety of waiting to see if your cell orders based on insider COVID-19 information got through before the market drops.
She didn't tell a lot of people, but she struggled to put her horse through school.